I'm taking you on a top secret mission, although I can't tell you everything. I am taking you on a top secret mission behind the curtain. Pay no attention to that man. Let's move on through. Gosh, take a look at that silver. Yes, I do admit. Oh man, I'm not regretting it, but it's not something I normally do. Check this out. I did take advantage of the war bonds here at 12,000 gold. And why did I do that? Because time is money. I do have a time-sensitive secret squirrel mission that I'm working on, and I didn't want to really liquidate. Well, number one, I'm not going to liquidate tanks. Number two, really didn't want to liquidate some of the equipment. So anyways, what am I going to do with this silver? What's going on here, Ronin? This is what's going on. You are going to be seeing a rare situation, which is, oh man, who do we want to start off with? Yeah, let's start off with this one. Why not? So you are going to see the purchase of 2 tier 8 tanks at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 110. Bam. Researched him. When did I research him? I don't know. Yesterday? A few days ago? I do not recall. Actually, you know what? It was a little bit longer than that because I remember it was I was running that earlier tank. But yeah, cool. Think of it as the IS-3's cousin. I'm not going to say brother. Definitely some differences between those tanks that we can get into at a later time. I've looked at it on paper, and I'm going to be definitely, looking at it deeper. Now, I'm looking at focusing on tier 8s, so I'm going to go ahead and bring Mr. IS-2's crew and bring him over to the tier 8 for a 100,000. Bam! Because I really only have two choices, either silver or gold, and I'm going to go with silver. Meanwhile, taking a quick look here, you can see I've already researched the package here when I was messing around in the tech tree. So here's the baseline, the tier 8 122. Then it bumps up to another variation of the 122, still at a tier 8 though. And then you move up the ladder, the next stage being other components. And, it's an obtainable 31,300. And you come up here a little bit further, and now you're looking at the tier 9 gun of 100 millimeters, the 62-100T. And, eventually that guy will be unlocked. That's not my focus right now. My focus is to get this guy fully upgraded and to rock and roll. All right, so that is done for now. Wow, crazy time, right? Also, too, since we might as well spend some more money, because quick analyzing here, look at the rate of fire, which is 6 rounds. It's a little faster. Interesting note between this and the ouch, I just hit my heel on the chair, which is pretty smart. Who injures themselves while sitting still? So this has a little bit of a quicker rate of fire than the IS-3, so there's that to take into consideration. It does have less pen, in I believe just the regular round. I believe it's the same though for the premium. However, you're looking at about 70 points of damage less in that the category of damage. Aim time a little better, and accuracy a little better. But what does that equate to? What are you going to use this tank for? Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. You're going to be using this tank for, and why am I going backwards on this? I have no idea. Why didn't I just click on the tank? Because I'm not smart enough to think about that, I guess. Let's go ahead and put him as a favorite. Boom. And, oh, you know what? Just because I like to, let's put this to bed. Boom, boom. That way I can still party with him. He's a fun guy. Whoops. He's a fun guy. But now, looking at this guy here, equipment time. Well, of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on, yikes, 600,000 silver, and a rammer, and binoculars. Just kidding. We're going to go ahead and take out the V-stab. Boom. Now he is a fully operational, good to go tank as far as equipment is concerned. Nah, not going to mess with this because I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with the packages. So let's go ahead and knock this out. Going with my standard setup here. And there you go. So here you go with your standard setup right there. Again, coming back later for the packages because consumables are pretty consistent. And, pretty cool tank. I like the Russian tanks, and if you like Russian tanks, you're going to like the Chinese tanks. Well, I know they're a little different, you know, as far as some of the types of rounds they use, and of course the you know, gun depression and that sort of thing. So, but they're similar enough. You know what I mean? I'm going to put them in the same group. Now look at that pike nose. Very interesting how it goes really, really up the shoulders there. So it's like pike, not nose. It's like pike face. It's like the whole thing. Pretty interesting. Looks like the turret ring though is a little vulnerable there. But anyways, before we move on, let's go ahead and do what we normally do. Let's dress her up and hope we don't break the World of Tanks process here. Mm-hmm. Come on, buddy. Where are you? I'm going slow. I did have coffee, I promise. So I should not be too clueless here. Boom, 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 boom. No, you don't want... this emblem obviously causes your tanks to disappear. That's actually why I use them. It's a cloaking device. It is a hack that, you know, Wargame doesn't want you to know about, but my emblem, my clan emblem, does hack the game and turn them invisible. I am joking, and for those of you that are starting to get upset over that, that's a joke. There is no hacking, and it's a server-based, and I don't cheat, so it's a joke. Everyone relax if you are getting excited. Let's go ahead and throw in some camouflage here. With the Chinese tanks, I like the camouflage choices. Sometimes I feel kind of raw, you know, going with just a straight white. Boom. This one here, it's okay. This one here, though, is a little sassy. So let's go with this one. Feeling sassy. All right. So we knocked him out. Now we're going to jump over to the summer action here. And it's been a while since I put on some camouflage. I'm thinking definitely not the digital. It's a little too modern for me. Also, it's very subtle. Look at that. It doesn't do it for me. This one, a little passe. It's decent. This one's better than this one. These are all kind of just mildly This one's kind of cool. You know, has a little extra contrast going. Nah, I don't like the popcorn. I never liked that Russian popcorn, although I know this is a Chinese tank. But the popcorn style camouflage didn't really do it for me. This one's pretty cool. It's similar to the one I looked at previously. And this is kind of deserty. That one's actually kind of cool too. Man, there's a lot of choices, huh? I don't know. Too bad you couldn't favorite your camouflages, you know what I mean? And then you can just like quickly put them side by side. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. This one seems kind of cool. Like it? 1950s? Alright, cool. Let's do it. Bam. Now we're going to go for the next one here, the truly desertish type of camouflage. Waiting to see what it's going to look like on the tank. Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to lean towards this one, especially since I only have two choices. Kabam. All right. Last but not least is the urban stuff. I was going with this funky color here for a while, but I'm over it. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but just I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling that one. That one's a little too busy, and my controller is going to run out of juice. So if it pauses, that's me, you know, changing battery. Awesome. I don't know. That one's kind of cool. Too busy, too busy. So it's either this one, or this one. I'm going to go with that one. So very cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Bam. That's awesome. All right, cool. So we got this guy fully taken care of except for his gun. And we'll go to, you know, take him out for a spin at a later point. You'll see those videos. Then we'll go ahead and address that situation there because I'm not sure how far I'm going to jump ahead on the packages because, again, I have some secret squirrel things to take care of. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause right now for just a moment. Please bear with me. And I'm going to switch out the batteries. And then I'm going to purchase immediately and equip immediately another Tier 8 tank. So let's see here if I can... You're going to lose my voice here because, oh man, you'd think there'd be an easier way to take it out. Did you know these things take AA as well? I'm using rechargeables, but... Alright, let me go ahead and slip... Wait, I guess I should get the spare battery first, right? Boom, 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 boom. I have a sweet little charger thingy plugged into the USB. One of the USBs of the Xbox unit itself, which is really handy. So basically I have 3 batteries that I, you know, jump from. Let me go ahead and switch it out. There we go. Ah. Mic check, mic check, mic check. In theory, that was what? How many seconds was that of a change? That was a pretty quick change, right? I'm just putting on the cover onto the controller. Boom, 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 boom. Ta-da. And there you go. So he is now good to go. I'm going to put this battery that's charging back in its little slot action there. And we're good. So now, let's go ahead and move on to, and I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. Let's go tier 8s. Oh, and I'm going to have to, wait a minute. What is he doing that for? It must be a hint of some type. All right, let's go back to the tank tree. Spending gold, spending silver. Okay, so here we are. Oh man, this guy has been unlocked forever. Did I mention I'm focusing on tier 8s? So let's go ahead and purchase this bad boy. Yikes. Oh man. Oh man. Now, if you remember watching me in the Jagdpanther, I really enjoyed that tank. I did pretty darn well. There's my friend Ivy Eichel. His name's Michael, but I think I'm going to continue to call him Ivy Eichel just because it's, I don't know, it's so unique. I like it. Anyway, so I'll hook up with him later because I'm busy doing this project, but he doesn't know that. Tank purchased, Jagdpanther II. Boom. All right. Now, who are we going to put in this guy? Well, again, I'm focusing on tier 8, so instead of putting in a brand new crew, I'm going to take out my good friend who, although he doesn't have a ton of skills, this guy's been really good to me. So, way to go, Stefan Essebeck, although I do work with a Stefan at work in IT, and he actually is from Germany. That's TMI. So, let's go ahead and grab this guy here. 100,000. Oh, cough, cough. Yikes. Money, money, money. Bam. Oh, look, I'm going to be smart now. Click. And look, I go straight to the tank, making him a favorite. Wait. Making him a favorite? Wait. Making him a favorite. There we go. Yay. What else can we look at here? Yeah, that's cool. I've been really waiting a long time. What is that, a rain catcher? I'm just kidding. Look at the design there, though. It is interesting. It allows for the gun to go up and down and side to side in that turretless, like a ball joint. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead. First things first. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start off with the cosmetics just because I want to. Oh, look at that! Did you see the on the gas can? There was some words. Kind of cool. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna put this guy on here, and then. I'm going to finish up since I'm right here anyway. And then I'm going to show you something. This is such a side note about emblems. And I want to ask your opinion. Post in the comments. I guess that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. But, you know, what are your thoughts on... Not this one. This one. This side. Well, I mean, I guess to you it doesn't really matter. But for me it matters. But check this out. How rad is this? The problem is... It looks lame because it's so thin and hard to see, and then you throw camouflage on there. No one's going to see that. Look, easy to see, barely viewable. Easy to see, barely viewable. To do that, but yeah, no. Make a better 47, or better yet, Wargaming. Seriously, with all the clans and whatnot, we would pay good money if you were to make custom clan logos. I mean, we would. So why don't you? Okay. This guy here, yeah, it's camouflage. I kind of like the straight white, though. I don't know. I'm going to do it, just because. Over here, we've got your typical German choices, and waiting for the tank to come in. Why am I doing that? Because even though I like certain camouflage patterns, it looks different on the skin looks different on the different tanks, just because of where the folds are. The flats, the angles, etc. All right, starting from the far right, you know, this is your basic summer stuff. He's kind of classic. I like him. It was called Ambush. Okay, whatever. I don't like the measles. No, I went through my measles stage. Oh, we're already at the end. I kind of like him because he's so classy. This to me, it looks like some kids got bored of spray painting the highway signs, and they're like, hey, let's vandalize this tank while he's at the movies. So that's that. Coming over here, yeah, I use that one sometimes. That one's just a little too drab. So let's go with this one, because that's what it helps. It gives you a plus 5% on ambushes. And once again, I am kidding. So, all right. So desert, yay, desert. Now this is one of my friends. Decanois. He loved the African coal used by armored units in North America, and it is actually pretty rad. And in fact, is that a new one? You know what? I think back in time it was just this one, and then this one came out. That's actually kind of cool. I actually kind of like this one the best. That one's actually cool too. I've used him. He's cool, but he's just again on the drab side. And then I'm not in my rusty red phase right now. So you know what? I'm gonna go for this one. Bam! It's gonna be the armored banana. I coined that phrase first, so patent pending. All right, so back to this. Last but not least is some urban action. Okay, so you have this guy with the little specky specs, and he's okay. He's cool. That one, yeah, it's kind of cool. I like this one. It seems kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of raw, dirty. There's the wave action. This one, not my thing, so definitely he's off the list. The waves, maybe. You know what? I'm going to go with dirty. I like my tanks like I like my... So moving on. And going to go ahead and pull back here. Boom. Now, do we have enough money for goldage? Or goldage. Do we have enough money for equipment? I don't know. Let's take a look at the packages here. Again, when I was messing around with the texture, you can see this one was unlocked from a prior research from another tank. So here's base at the 8.8 to the 10.5, right? Still a tier 8 gun. Then I'll bet you jump up here and the gun probably is going to stay the same, but other equipment gets enhanced. Let's find out. Ready? And boom, I'm correct. And also too, sometimes you'll notice the pattern because it's a PAK-45 and then it says PAK-45B. So the gun is still the same package, but then the B is like an alternate suite of items. So 15.5, very doable. So at most then, relatively quickly into the game, you can do this. And then you're at the Top Gun here, Top Gun package at 78,500. I mean, that's a good chunk of stuff. But now you're at a sweet 12.8, right? Almost 13 centimeters of diameter on a shell hurtling itself towards your, between your eyes. Tier 10 gun. Let's take a look at that, because when I build up my equipment, I'm always building up my equipment to service the Top Gun, because of course that's where we're going with it. So this guy here is 5.13 rounds per minute, so everyone can enjoy a gun rammer. Of course, I'm going to go with vents. So it really comes down to one last thing, which is, things like GLD, things like binocular, camo net, and that sort of thing. Now, here's the deal. You can see that the aim time is 2.29, but the rate of fire is 5.13. So the question you have to ask is, before even putting on the GLD, or the gun rammer, I don't know. I'm just wondering, do you want to use this guy with net? Do you want to use this guy with binoculars and kind of enhance your range versus the assault aspect of getting rounds down range? But I don't know. I'm going to keep that open for just a moment, because one of the things I like to do for a reference is I like to take a look at the little brother of a tank, because unless there's a big change in the way a tank plays, why not start there? And you can see here with this bad boy, I just went with vents and a net and binoculars, and it served me well. I don't know if that's going to translate over, but I could always sell them if I need to enhance that action. Of course, on top of that, what type of package are we talking about here? And this guy here was a 10.5. So if he was a 10.5 and I was getting away with, but look at the aim time, he's 1.7, rate of fire 7.32. So, it really just kind of worked out well, where all I needed was vents, and I was just using nets and binoculars. He had a 3.7, my slang short laziness term for 370 meter view range. Whereas I want to say it was 380 or 390 for the Jagdpanther II. So let's go ahead and take a quick look again. And you can see here, okay, so it's 380. So you're only getting 10 more. So, you know, and it worked well before. We can easily sell it. Now, if you notice, this is the same gun as before. So, and sometimes they tweak stuff, but look at that. 7.5 for the rate of fire. 1.7 for aim time. Wow, that aim time is sweet. So, yeah. Now I've convinced myself to go with the non-committal. Wow, isn't that great? Tier 8, I'm only spending 150,000 on vents. That is a beautiful thing. 500,000 for some binocs, and going with a camo net. And there you go. So, you know, worst comes to worst, I can go ahead, if I want to go assault mode, if you will, you know, I can always change out the binocs and whatever and get some gun ramage going and all that kind of fun stuff. Meanwhile, back in the Hall of Justice, let's go ahead and knock out my typical consumables. Oops, what am I doing? Hello, focus. You are the chosen one. All right. Okay, so now that's taken care of. Now, why am I not fixing up the gun package? Well, once again, just for kicks, kind of interesting to see that I had a 30, an 8, and a 2 for the 10.5. I'm referring to the ammunition loadout. And also, too, interesting to note, 30 plus 8 plus 2, so you're looking at a capacity of 40 rounds. So let's see if this guy changes, because the gun, yeah, you know, it's the whole chassis thing changed. Well, not the whole chassis thing changed, but I mean, the tank itself changed. So maybe they allow for more rounds. And I'm going to go apples to apples right now. No, why am I looking here? There's no ammunition change. So this is what I'm going to do. Tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. He's getting crazy. I'm going to use 15.5 free XP. Bam. Yes. He's insane. He's going to do that. And I'm just going to pretty much just mimic, well, gun-wise. You know, now I've just mimicked the, I don't know why I do that. I don't know why. I just have to, I don't know. It's like OCD. Just OCD. I just had to get that 0 out of there. I don't know why. So, meanwhile, so let's go ahead and take a look at the math possibilities. So, it's 30, 8, and 2, right? So, I had 30. I had 8. Oh, gosh, too bad I had 2. 30. And watch this. Boom. So, did you see that for whatever reason? They are not allowed, I guess, and they're saying that there's those shells, they can only still fit only 40 shells in that kind of tank, so, or whatever, that particular tank. So for now, let's just stick with what we know, and what we know is this. Granted, the only difference in the Jagdpanther and the Jagdpanther II is that now I'm going to be seeing tier 10s, whereas before I was only seeing tier 9s with this gun, which served me well. So there's the incentive, of course, to get your butt in gear and get that last package, which 63,000. So 63,000. I'm pretty comfortable, you know, floating around with that package there. So there it is. Awesome possum. Let's go ahead and filter in. I wanted the TD. I wanted a heavy tank. I wanted German. I wanted Chinese, and I wanted tier 8. And so in theory, okay, brought in a lot more tanks. Well, that's what happens when you have 274 tanks and you're trying to filter through them. I guess I can get rid of premiums, right? Okay. That's about the only filtering I can do. So here they are, down here. These tanks. Jumping back into this guy. Let's see here. So this guy here is a tier 9 gun, 100 millimeter, right? Boom. And I don't have the Russian one to, well, I could pull it up. I'm not going to do it. So, free XPing, maybe, don't know. Here I am. I'm not going to spend money on this one, only to skip right by it. Now, I only have 31,486 of free XP. If I jump onto this, it does raise my gun up a pinch, my engine. I don't really care about the radio per se. Then this is doable, but again, you're not getting anything more than, say, the turret. But this is going to be a huge chunk. So once I get him, he's going to go down, and he's still going to be like 60 grandish or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Because what is the difference here? 4.8, 4.29. So he's faster reload. 175, 390, 175, 390, 250, 390, 250, 390, 340, 46, 340, 47. Wow. So for all intents and purposes, if you spend 234, you're really buying an engine. The gun itself is only just a tad faster on the reload at 480 versus 4.29 rounds per minute. So I'm going to hold off on that and just kind of feel it out first before I start getting crazy and spending more. Because I mean, I just spent 7 million silver right before your eyes, and yeah, crazy time. All right, cool guys. So that was it for adding to the stable. You saw 2 new tanks. Gosh, I'll get some videos of these guys up, and we'll get them in rotation. Meanwhile, I'm probably gonna have to run this guy, this crew, and the other crew, to make some silver. And get those guys in some premiums, get them up to 100%. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please continue to stand by.